Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
He's a child in a grown man's body, a global comedy icon with barely a word to say. But how did Mr. Bean go from a university sketch to a worldwide phenomenon? Today we're diving into the chaotic, hilarious and surprisingly meticulous making of Mr. Bean. Long before the tweed jacket and teddy, Rowan Atkinson was a master's student in electrical engineering at Oxford. It was here that he first developed the character, a silent, bumbling figure inspired by physical comedians like Jacques Tati and silent film stars.
It just struck a chord with me. I so admired it. It was a kind of an uncompromising comic attitude and setting that I really admired.
Good evening.
In 1987, Atkinson tested the character at Montreal's Just for Laughs festival, intentionally performing for a French-speaking audience to see if the humour transcended language. Spoiler, it did. Atkinson wanted Bean to be an alien in ordinary situations, which explains the iconic opening to Mr. Bean where he literally falls from the sky. The pilot episode, simply titled Mr. Bean, aired on New Year's Day 1990. Written by Atkinson, Richard Curtis and Ben Elton, it introduced Bean's signature chaos, cheating on an exam, struggling to change at the beach, and disrupting a church service. Filmed on location in East Sussex, the pilot used a mix of live audience recordings and outdoor videotape. The iconic Mini versus Reliant Regal rivalry began here, a gag that became a series staple. Fun fact, the pilot initially had no opening theme. The choir singing and the beam of light intro were added later. Mr. Bean speaks fewer than 100 words per episode. The show's creators leaned into physical comedy to make it globally accessible. Atkinson once said Bean's humour works because everyone understands incompetence.
It's all right, keep the change.
Even in spin-offs, the formula stayed the same. Minimal dialogue, maximum slapstick. This episode, Home Movie, in the animated series, saw Bean terrorising his landlady with a DIY horror film, a nod to his love for creative chaos. Atkinson cited Peter Sellers as a key influence, especially in how Bean's pettiness, like stealing exam answers, makes him oddly relatable. From 245 territories to the Olympic stage, Mr. Bean became a cultural juggernaut. Even Teddy, his knitted sidekick, sold at auction for £180,000 in 2008. The animated series kept the legacy alive, with episodes like Pizza Bean racking up over 100 million views. Who knew a tiny pizza could spark a rivalry with the mafia?
I'll be right back.
You know, I doubt that he will reappear, but you must never say never again. There does come a point when you feel as though you've done most of what you want to do with him.
Atkinson once considered retiring Bean, fearing the character would become sad as he aged. Thankfully, he changed his mind, proving that laughter truly has no expiration date. Whether you're Team Bean or Team Teddy, Mr. Bean's genius lies in turning everyday disasters into universal comedy. So next time you're stuck in traffic, just ask yourself, what would Bean do?
Thank you. I think I know what to do.